Y in the house tonight. Big Y, man, thank you for joining us, bro.
What the deal is
Hey, hey.
It's a
going
special
on?
interview because
Let's,
you've got
okay.
his daughter Carrington in the house, who's a part of our staff. And I was thinking earlier today, I was like, man, I can't recall a time in hip hop where a daughter interviewed her father, as an artist. I can't recall any father and daughter hip hop interviews. So this may be a
Not,
first.
there's not. There's
Yeah,
not.
So wow.
this the first. This the first time I think any hip hop artist has been interviewed and been a part of an interview with their daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't recall of any single time in hip hop. So this is special.
So I'm gonna
So
try to remain
let's just get
professional.
right into.
Remain professional, please, at all costs.
Her name is Tuki
Yeah.
Musa.
Hey,
So
we're not going to do that.
so let's just get right into this. I wanted to do this interview because I really want people to know your history in this game, and I want them to know the contributions that you've had in front of the mic and behind the scenes. What I mean. So let's just rewind a little bit. Um, Going back to the days when you did banging on wax. What got you to be an MC? When did you start like rhyming, and how did you even get involved in that project?
Well, how I started rhyming was, when I was young, man, like when hip hop was still real young, I used to watch a show back in the day before cable. We had what you called on TV, right? And you
Yeah,
turn it
I used to have
on,
that.
and it had different, yeah, it had different shows, right? And there was one show on there called Breaking and Entering, and Ice T, I think, was the host. Him in the glove, and they used to show different elements of hip hop and rap. You know what I mean? And that really was the introduction to me. And then uh, me being young, I was like 7 or 8 years old, and DJ Pooh was like staying like 3 or 4 houses down from me, and I used to go down to DJ Pooh house, and he had records. I was cool with his brother. Pooh was older than me, but he had records. This when it was Uncle Jam's Army, and I used to see him DJing and stuff, and
Mm.
and then in junior high, I want to say, you know, I really got into it more, but I wasn't really rapping. I was just beatboxing. You know what I mean? And then a longtime friend of mine, like my best friend, he started teaching me how to put bars and stuff together. His name was Marcel Williams, but the hip hop party heard his name. Tupac talked about him a lot. They called him Mental. And, he's like one of the driving forces and leaders behind Tupac's whole thug life persona and image. You know what I mean? And Marcel was like
Hmm.
one of the dopest. He's really one of the best, dopest, one of the dopest MCs to ever come out of California back in the 80s. He also gave Corrupt his name when he moved out here from Philadelphia. And just being
Wow.
around them, and we was in a crew, called the B Boys crew, and I used to just battle. We used to battle constantly. It was just battles all the time. But I was beatboxing. But after hours and on the phone, and when me and Marcel would be together, he would teach me how to put bars together and how to rhyme words and stuff like that. And I just started being a student of it, man, listening to LL Cool J and, just trying to figure out my style. And then, once I started hearing like Spade, and then I think listening to King T is what really kind of took me over, because Tila had a hip hop style, but it was still LA, you know what I mean? And
Mm.
once I did that, that's what got me lean me more into wanting to be an MC. And then just really owning my skills and getting
Rapper Wytony Dillon was born on 30th December 1973 and died on 1st June 2023, better known by his stage name Big Y. He was an American rapper from Inglewood, California. Y, then known as Red Rag, made his debut in 1993 as a member of Bloods and Crips on the album Bangin on Works. While still a member of the group, Y formed Young Soldierz, who released their self-titled debut in 1994. Y later joined the Bloods-formed Damu Ridas and recorded the album How Deep Is Your Hood with the group in 1999. After the dissolution of the Bloods and Crips and its affiliated projects, Big Y formed the duo The Relativez with former Young Soldierz member Sugar Booger. The Relativez released 3 albums from 2000 to 2007. After a short period of musical inactivity, Big Y came to prominence after forming the group Cali Swag District in 2010, who achieved international success with their single Teach Me How to Dougie that same year. He had a pretty sounding catalogue of music and a very popular guy in the hood. Big Y was a highly skilled rapper with a large base of fans. He was also a mentor to many budding and upcoming musicians. Tributes have appeared for a big guy on social media following his unexpected passing. Big Y created another duo, The Relativez, with his former Young Soldierz mate, Sugar Booger, after Blood and Crips disbanded. They released 3 albums between 2000 and 2007. In 2010, he created another group named Cali Swag District, which earned massive fame. He passed in the hospital where he was admitted for the last few weeks. The Inglewood rapper was undergoing treatment for an announced medical condition at the facility. The saddening news of his death was announced by another rapper, Young Soldierz, aka Stro, on social media. Several other media and news outlets covered the news as fans started paying tribute to the legendary musician. We send our deepest condolences to the family, friends, and fans. Rest in peace, King.